Hey everybody, Tim here, Rat Daddy Studios, checking in with you. Wasn't planning on doing another video this soon, but I got something in I wanted to show you guys, and thought you might be interested. I've been telling you about this 3D print that I'd ordered. It's Frankenstein in a racing go-kart, and of course caricature, and really cool. I love go-karts. My dad raced karts back in the 60s. I raced in karts and on motorcycles back in the 70s, and just something I've always enjoyed watching. This week is actually race week in Daytona at the Speedway. They're racing karts out there. There's some great YouTube videos out there on these guys running well over 100 miles an hour. I was watching some of them yesterday, 3 in a row bump drafting at over 102 miles an hour on these go-karts. I mean, that's when your butt is at half an inch off the pavement at 100 miles an hour, you know it. My enduro kart, my last enduro kart, I had a vintage enduro kart it's been a while since I've had it, but it was a 100-mile-an-hour kart, and I will tell you, it will shake you right out of your boots. And but really exciting. I love watching those guys race. Just crazy. But anyway, so I got this print. I'll show you. It's Frankie's Hobby and Horror Shop. They are on Facebook. Don't know if they're on Instagram anymore, but this is pretty much where you're going to find them. You can get in touch with them, and they show everything on here. Lots of great stuff. I mean, these guys are doing a lot of killer prints. Obviously, you've got motors, bodies, a little bit of everything. They're the guys that did the yellow fangs that I built, those two. There's the gremlin that I'm interested in. Right there, look at that beast. I mean, that thing is just awesome. V12 with 2 blowers in front of it. I mean, doesn't get much better than that, but a lot of cool stuff, really exciting stuff. So anyway, Kevin Ellis is the owner, printer there, and nice guy, very accommodating. He's done really good getting my stuff to me and all the stuff that I've ordered, and I like working with these guys. There's a handful of printers that I really like their work, and stuff is really good. So anyway, let me show you this thing. I've got it set up on the bench here. I've just got it mocked up here. I'm not even going to touch it because it's about ready to explode. I mean, his head keeps falling off, but this is him. So kind of a little more modern day, basic cart, a little more modern day, but it's nice. I mean, I like the look of it. Kind of a really cool animated. He's almost kind of reminds me of Frankenstein Jr. From the old cartoon series, but I think he's going to paint up really nice. And this is his vest, which will attach here. Kind of looks like it's like flying off the back of him. And of course, he's got the standard arm with the shifter on one side and the steering wheel on the other. So I just can't mock that up right now. But for the most part, you're not going to have to do a whole lot to this. Very clean print, not a lot of obvious dimples on it. I sanded the front face of the back bumper some. There was a few there, and just a little bit of general cleanup that you're always going to get. You're always going to find some little pieces of sprue, you know, there where the thing is made. So I just went around and just did a little cleanup. This front bumper, I ground this out a little bit because it kind of locks in place here into the frame. So I had to go in there and just kind of wangle that out just a little bit and sand that down just a little on the top and bottom, so it will lock into there. So, but I think this is really a great piece, and it's going to be fun to build. So first build of 2025. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one. So I'm hoping to get that gremlin ordered sometime in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to have him do that for me in 1/16 scale also. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I really like fiddling with the larger scale stuff. I'm having fun with it. I mean, it's just enjoyable to me at this point, and I just want to do something different. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but you know, I have built so many models of so many different things in my lifetime. Everything from cars and bikes to figures to spaceships to you know studio props, weapons. There's not a whole lot I haven't had my hands into at one time or another, but of course I still love cars and bikes more than anything. That's always been my passion, whether in real life or with the scale models. And but at this point, I just really I want to do some different stuff, and I've enjoyed doing these drag boats, these racing teams that I've done with these cars. And last year was like my year for vehicles pulling vehicles. I did the two big boats with and the large scale cars, the two Chargers pulling them. I did that little Chevy wagon pulling the Rat Fink boat, the little speed boat. I did the pickup truck pulling the little utility trailer. I've got that 18th scale diecast, the Woody wagon that's pulling that 18th scale boat and outboard. So, it just, things hit me. I kind of go through spells and then I'll move on to something else. But right now I'm enjoying it. These guys they have like a pro stock drag boat, which is really badass, that I'd also like to do sometime this year. So, a little more costly on the expense of these kits, especially the larger scale. But, I'd rather do less and do something different. I really would, and just get a little more shock appeal out of them, I guess you'd say. But I just really, I think too, with me, I'm getting older. My dexterity is not quite as good as it used to be, and it's easier to handle these larger parts. Of course, space is a problem. They do take up a lot of room, and that's going to get to be an issue, especially like with that 8th scale Corvette. That's in a tub right now because I have nowhere to put it because it's just enormous. So I'll stay away. I don't have room for any more 8th scale stuff. I don't even have room for that one, to be honest with you. So I like the 16th and the 12th scale stuff, and there's more and more available. There's really more available in 12th scale than 16th as far as aftermarket parts and that type of thing. But then you got the print guys, like these guys, or like Joe that I work with from 3D Scale Parts, and he'll size up anything that you want and make pretty much, he can do it. So really love working with these guys that are just really accommodating, and they know what you want. They have the ability. And it's just impressive as hell to me. And I think for all of us, it's just really opening up some big windows with what we can do with the hobby. So, if you haven't tried any of the 3D printed stuff, give it a shot. It's really not much different than working with styrene, but you can get those different tires and rims, get a different motor, and, go for it. I mean, it's a blast. I've really gotten hooked on this stuff, so highly recommend it. So anyway, I'm not going to let this drag out too much longer. So next thing for this is to go home and it'll get a bath in 90% alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. Give it a good cleaning and let it dry out, and then it'll be ready for primer and then some base coat, and could start working on it. So I'm excited to get this one going. Another couple projects I got going on. I just shipped a box out yesterday up to my buddy Chuck Arnell, and Chuck is gonna media blast. I've got some vintage Tonkas that I had, and I actually gave my blast booth to a friend who's done some work for me, works on all my lawn equipment and stuff, and I hadn't used it in years, so I gave it to him. But I might not have used it anyway. I was just going to use liquid stripper on these, but Chuck offered to media blast these Tonka trucks for me. I've got an older car hauler that I want to have done, and a couple small pickup trucks, and a Volkswagen and a dune buggy, a couple of little things. So shipped those up to Chuck yesterday, and he's going to blast those and get them in primer and ship them back to me. So that'd be fun, something different to do this year, because I haven't ever really restored any die-cast stuff. So might be a fun project. I like saving stuff too. So anyway, so that's going on. But anyway, I will post something when we get moving along here a little further with this and get ready to start doing some paint. Not sure if that'll happen in the next week or two. We've got some chilly weather moving in, just like the rest of you guys do, especially you guys up north. We've got some cold weather moving in this week, down in the upper 30s, which is chilly for us, so won't be any painting going on. Even with my little heater out in the garage, it's still generally not good enough to get out there and throw any paint, but it's okay. Got plenty to do still inside on other projects that are started, so that'll give me the opportunity to finish those up and before we move along with this. So anyway, all right, I'll see you guys again real soon. Have a good rest of the week, and maybe see you this weekend.